Live from the Coliseum in Phoenix before a sellout crowd. Two teams who have come so far in such a short period of time go head-to-head tonight. We're going to see some great matchups tonight between the Knicks and the Suns. Hello again, everybody. George Allen, joined by Dick Van Arsdale, but maybe the one we want to keep our eye on, the backcourt duo. Mark Jackson for the Knicks, Kevin Johnson for the Suns. Johnson third in the league in assists, Jackson eighth, and they both really pulled the triggers for these teams.
Oh, they're both great players, George, and I think especially for Kevin Johnson tonight, the way the Knicks trap and press, it's going to be very key that Kevin Johnson take care of the ball, not dribble too much and get it up the court quickly. Mark Jackson, of course, was Rookie of the Year last year. I think he's been a little bit of a surprise how well he's played in this league the first 2 years.
Of course, there'll be some other people to keep your eye on as well. The big guy in the middle for the Knicks, Patrick Ewing, who's been so dominating, and a guy who has played so well alongside of him, Charles Oakley. As a matter of fact, Ewing just said yesterday he thinks the addition of Oakley has been the key to the team's success so far.
I couldn't believe that they were able to get Charles Oakley as easily as they did, but he takes a lot of pressure off Ewing. He averages 11 rebounds a game, and it's made Ewing a lot better player. He doesn't have to do quite as much. His scoring averages up, and I tell you, I think the Knicks have a great chance to perhaps go all the way this year.
Of course, the Knicks are in the midst of a long road swing. This is stop number 6 on a 7-game road swing. They've won 2, they've lost 3 so far. They still have to close it out against Utah tomorrow night. But this is the first meeting of the year between these two teams. For the Suns, they're coming off a tough win over Charlotte on Tuesday night. And if it weren't for the shooting of one Eddie Johnson, they might not have won that game.
I think Eddie Johnson has won 4 or 5 ball games for the Suns this year. And I think the Suns are maybe having to depend on Eddie a little bit too much. They need to get Armen Gilliam going again. But Eddie, you can't say enough about him. I think he deserves a real look at the All-Star game this year.
Other than Thurl Bailey, Eddie Johnson is number 1 in the league as far as non-starters coming off the bench and scoring. Tom Chambers, we heard so much about Chambers negative when he came down here from Seattle. We haven't seen any of that to date.
In fact, I think it's been just the opposite. I think the other players looked at Chambers as a leader, and he has responded in that area.
He's been great this year for the Suns. We're looking forward to a great basketball game. It's a packed crowd here at the Coliseum. We're glad you're with us on ASPN. The Suns and Knicks tip it off when we come back. Our national anthem before this sellout throng at the Coliseum prior to the start of this one. The Suns and Knicks, first meeting of the year. They won't meet again until March the 7th back at the Big Apple in New York. For the Knicks, a tremendous season. They are 27-14. They are nearly unbeatable at home, 17-1. Their only loss coming against the Lakers at the Garden early this season. And they got revenge on the Lakers this past Tuesday night by dealing the 2-time defending world champions their only home loss to date this season, beating the Lakers out in the Forum. On the road, the Knicks are 10-13. The Suns have taken care of business at home, to say the least, this year. 16-3 here at the Coliseum, and they've already surpassed last year's road win total. They've won 8 and lost 11. Suns 24-14 overall on the season. Starting lineups for the Knicks, Johnny Newman will go at 1 forward position. You look at Newman right there, 6'7", 190-pounder. Here's Charles Oakley. 2 times has won the rebounding championship in the NBA, and he's 6th in the league this year. Patrick Ewing, the NBA Rookie of the Year when he came out of Georgetown, and he has really matured into one heck of a basketball player. In the backcourt, last year's NBA Rookie of the Year, Mark Jackson. He is 8th in the league in assists, averaging a shade over 8 a game. And there's Trent Tucker. No distance too great for Tucker. He loves to throw him up from long range. Great 3-point shooter. And there you look at Rick Pitino, who of course came over last year to the Knicks after a great year at Providence, where he led the Friars to the Final Four. And of course, Rick Pitino and Al Bianchi, what a job they have done in building this Knicks franchise into a championship contender. Now for the Suns, 24-14 on the year, pressing the Lakers for the top spot in the Pacific Division. Armen Gilliam, who has really been down the last 3 games, he scored only 4, 6, and 8 points in his last 3. He'll need a bigger effort from him tonight. Tim Perry, who got very little playing time earlier in the year, of late gotten the start of him. Tom Chambers will get a start tonight as well. Chambers' matchup should be interesting tonight. Jeff Hornacek, boy, has he played consistently of late in the backcourt. Hornacek out of Iowa State. And Kevin Johnson, 3rd in the league in assists, almost 12 a game. And Johnson brings a scoring average of 17.5 a game. Cotton Fitzsimmons, who this year has turned it around completely. I don't think anyone expected the Suns to do what they are currently doing, and that is really pressing the Lakers for the top spot. Second best record in the West.
Al, they're doing it. I can't tell you how much Cotton has meant to this team. Of course, I played for him 2 years. I know what a great coach he was. He's matured a lot since then, and I think if Cotton would be truthful with you, he'd say that he would be a little surprised at how well they've done, but he thought he had a good ball club assembled.
You look at the Knicks, and a ball club that's coming off a win over Los Angeles. They've won their last 2 on this road trip after losing the first 3. The Suns have got to get a good effort from Armen Gilliam tonight. Armen's been absent the last few games. They can't afford that tonight.
They need that, George. Plus, the last 3 or 4 games, their first quarter efforts has been very poor, and they can't afford to get off to a bad start against the Knicks.
There you see Tom Chambers walking out. There's Patrick Ewing. And, of course, Chambers is going to have his hands full tonight trying to contain Ewing at that center spot, because Tom, of course, I think more familiar at that forward position. Gilliam and Oakley, that should be a whale of a battle inside if Armen's on. And Perry and Newman inside. Perry, of course, can jump through the ceiling. Hornacek's got to keep Tucker away from those 3-point shots. And boy, that last matchup's going to be a great one.
I think what you're going to see initially is, you're going to see Tim Perry go against Patrick Ewing initially, because Cotton does not want Chambers to get into foul trouble. Now, I don't know how Perry's going to guard him, but I think that's the way they're going to start. I don't either. That's going to be a matchup to keep your eye on tonight. Who the Suns can put in at the center spot. We would expect to see Mark West after a while. Quick tap by Ewing to Jackson, who scores. Didn't take long. Well, mix up defensively. The Suns had nobody back on the tip.
2-0 Knicks. Just underway from the Coliseum. Sit back and enjoy it with us. A sellout crowd here tonight. Hornacek pulls up on Tucker and dishes to Gilliam, who hits his first shot.
Armen Gilliam needed that hoop very badly.
We told you Gilliam the last 3 games has failed to hit double figures and just has not played well. And perhaps a good quick start tonight will wake him up. Jump ball as KJ tying up Jackson, who's headed for the hoop.
Yeah, that's going to be a great matchup there. And KJ maintains his position here very well, uses his hands to get that jump ball. Very easily could have been a foul.
So they'll jump it up. The tip goes to Chambers. The officiating trio tonight: Bernie Fryer, Lee Jones, and Ken Mayfield. Chambers turns, shoots on Newman. It won't go. Fight underneath, and Ewing blocking off Perry. It'll be Knicks ball to throw in. Oakley throws into Jackson.
That's
Newman.
A very difficult matchup for the Knicks with Newman on Chambers.
Here's Oakley, top of the key with the jumper, going to be short. Ewing, those long arms to corral the rebound, and he got the tip by Oakley. I think they'll give it to Oakley. First 2 of the game for Oakley, who averages almost 13 a game, but his value is on the boards. Gilliam in traffic, knocked away by Oakley. Armen hooks it over Ewing.
Well, the Suns knew they needed a game from Armen, and he's got 2 hoops here right off the bat.
Deadlocked at 4 in the opening minute and a half of this one. Perry, sure enough, is on Ewing. Trent Tucker, the all-time active 3-point leader in the NBA. Ewing turns and misses. Chambers shovels to KJ. Suns look for their first lead of the ball game. Chambers forced away, but gets it back to KJ. 10 minutes, 15 seconds left. Opening quarter from the Coliseum. KJ, great pass, Gilliam, who went up for the shot and was fouled by Ewing. What a great dish by KJ.
Nice job by KJ recognizing that Gilliam was open. Bounce pass is what he needed. Aggressive move by Gilliam, and he's fouled.
Gilliam going to the free throw line. You look at Armen right there, 75% free thrower. Cannot get the first one to fall. Armen averaging still 19 a game despite the 3 subpar efforts his last 3 times out. Had a season-high 41 points against Portland earlier this year and a season-high 21 rebounds against the Kings on January 13th. He makes 1 of 2 to give the Suns their first lead tonight. 5-4. 3-pointer, Trent Tucker. It's almost like a layup for Tucker. He is so used to bombing away.
Well, that's where his best shot is. He's 64 out of 141 from that 3-point line.
So the 3-pointer by Tucker gives the Knicks the lead. Back comes Chambers. That's a goaltend on Ewing. Watch it again. Not much doubt about this one.
But he protects the basket. No question about that. It was on its downward path.
I still can remember back to the NCAA title game against North Carolina when Ewing had so many rejections for goaltends early in the game.
I'll never forget that, George. Must have had 3 or 4 at least.
7 on the shot clock as Jackson looks in low. He's going to put up the jumper and hit it, Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson, not really known as a great outside shooter.
Knicks by a couple, 9-7. Jackson only 45% from the field and averaging just shade under 17 a game. Hornacek from the baseline arches the jumper, and Ewing corrals the rebound and outlets to Jackson. On the drive, scoop no good. Back come the Suns. Knicks by 2, 9-7. 8:50 to go, first quarter. Perry bumped, no foul call. Put it up and in.
Tim Perry showed a lot of composure there. He didn't rush it. He got his feet under him and went up for that little left-handed layup.
I think Perry's played very well considering he saw such little time prior to getting the starting role. Newman misses. Follow, no good by Oakley, but he's fouled. Boy, Oakley's a worker on the boards.
As Al Bianchi says, he's a throwback of the old days. He just works and works. He's not a pretty player, but he gets the job done.
Kind of like a Paul Silas type.
Yeah, I think you could compare those two.
You look at Rick Pitino. Little news in New York today about some of Pitino's statements saying he would like to eventually go back to coach college and maybe going back sooner than some people think, which raised some eyebrows.
A lot of New Yorkers would not be very happy about that, as successful as he's been here with the Knicks.
You're going to hear a visit with former Suns assistant and now the VP general manager of the Knicks, Al Bianchi, at halftime, as Dick will have a chance to visit with Al. Tied at 9, and Oakley makes 1 of 2 to break the tie and give the Knicks a 1-point lead. Knicks have one more stop on this road swing tomorrow in Salt Lake City. And then they'll go home for 3 of their next 4. Chambers. Second field goal for Chambers.
A lot of people thought this would be a high-scoring game, and it's sure starting out that way.
Ewing turning on Chambers and no looking out to Jackson. Drive on KJ. Tough shot, and he got it to fall.
That was a good defensive effort by KJ, but nice move by Jackson.
Jackson with 3 hoops in the first period. Knicks lead by 1. Gilliam turns on Oakley for the fadeaway. No good. Back come the Knicks. Newman shovels to Oakley, who will fire. Won't get it to fall. Newman rebounds and clears out to Tucker. 3-point bomb. And look at Ewing in the crowd with a good fake, but he traveled.
Long arms, and does he get up there on the boards? But I'm surprised he doesn't average more rebounds, under 9 a game. But as we said earlier, Oakley has taken a lot of that pressure away from Ewing.
Boy, Ewing, a great leaper. He really goes above the crowd at times.
See the ball, News.
Knicks by 1.
Patrick, see it.
Suns go to Denver tomorrow to meet the Nuggets, and then come back here to play the Nuggets on Monday. Chambers made a good move to get inside, but missed the shot, and then committed the foul. First foul on Chambers.
He really got nailed there, trying to get the rebound, and he missed an easy shot here. And then he gets nailed by Oakley. Oakley's a brute.
Chambers made a good move that time to get around Newman at the baseline, but missed the left-handed finger roll. Back come the Knicks up by 1. Newman fires from outside. Johnny Newman.
Newman was a reject, and the Knicks picked him up, and he's been a real surprise, a real find for them.
Averages 16.5 a game. A lot of times players just need a new locale to get reborn. Here's Chambers for the jam. 3 hoops first period for Chambers.
You're right, George. Sometimes a player just needs to be with the right team.
22nd timeout for the Knicks. We'll stay here. 6:52 to go in this first quarter, and the Knicks leading by 1. Tomorrow night, we mentioned the Suns will travel to Denver to meet the Nuggets. Of course, the trade was just recently consummated here at the NBA. San Antonio sending David Greenwood and Darwin Cook to Denver. And in return, the Nuggets sending Jay Vincent down to San Antonio. Who do you think got the best of that deal?
I was going to ask you that, but I think
Calvin Nat also was involved in that deal.
Initially, Denver got the better of it because they got 2 healthy players, and San Antonio's not.
There'll be a full timeout, so we'll take a break too. 6:52 to go, first quarter, and the Knicks up by 1. 14-13, Knicks by 1. Mark Jackson gives to Tucker from outside. Trent Tucker, the product of Minnesota.
Well, Tucker has the green light to shoot, and he's very effective.
Tucker was visiting with Eddie Johnson before the game tonight, and I'm sure they were discussing Minnesota's upset of Illinois just last night. KJ drives, kicks to an open Chambers from 18, got it.
That's what the value of penetration is. KJ opened that up for Chambers.
8 points for Chambers, who is 9th in the league in scoring entering this one tonight. Perry on Ewing. Big step across the paint and the hook goes.
Actually, Perry's done a pretty good job on Ewing. He hasn't let him go to the basket.
Perry, of course, a great leaper, and the Suns are going to call a timeout. Knicks pressing all over the floor. Cotton says he wants a 20, not a full. So it's a 20-second timeout. Suns had trouble getting the ball in.
What?
Remember last year when the Knicks came in, the game took about 2 hours and 40 minutes. Fouls galore and presses all over the floor.
That's right. Well, Pitino at that time pressed full court the whole game. Now, Cotton's been working on this for 2 days, how to beat their press and their traps, and he's not very happy with the club right now.
Suns down by 3, 18-15, as Cotton, along with Paul Westphal and Lionel Hollins, huddle around the ball club. Gilliam, Perry, KJ, Hornacek, and Chambers on the floor for the Suns. Ewing, Oakley, Newman, Tucker, and Jackson for the Knicks, and there's Rick Pitino. KJ heads up the floor with 6 minutes to go in this opening period. Chambers, dish to Perry, put it up, got it! Count the hoop, and he's fouled.
Well, Chambers was in trouble, and Perry went to the hole. Smart move, because I think he realized that. Chambers is double teamed. Perry does what he should do. He fills that gap, and he gets a layup and going to the free throw line.
Fouls on Trent Tucker, and there's something like we talked about with Chambers. He gives the ball up. There's been a lot of talk around the league. Players don't like him. He's selfish. Haven't seen any of that
I think that's been overstated anyway. I think that some of that's just a media hype. He's not that unpopular.
Jackson with the ball. Knicks and Suns tied at 18. 5:40 to go, first period. Newman given some room, and he arches a rainbow that won't go. Oakley pushed off, and he got called for it. That was obvious.
Yeah. Bernie Fryer catches that. And that's going to happen to a good rebounder. He's trying to get inside position here with his strength, and he just pushes off Perry.
Chambers on a double team, kicks it to Perry. Right back to Chambers. Chambers got involved in heavy traffic, and fortunately, his shot or pass went out of bounds.
Got a break. They did get a break there because Chambers took a bad shot.
Tucker guards Hornacek. Chambers for the jumper, won't go, but he's fouled. Johnny Newman the personal, his first, and Chambers will shoot a pair.
See, Newman is only 6'7", 190, and Chambers with his shoes about 6'11", 6'11 and a half, so tough job for Newman.
Chambers at the line has made 81 of his last 88 free throws. 25 points, 8 rebounds in the win on Tuesday over Charlotte. And Chambers also was runner-up for the NBA Player of the Week last week. He's had a great season. He averages 24.5 per game, and he's looking to get into double figures already with 5:16 to go in the first period. Suns lead by a deuce. Tucker dishes in. Right back to Tucker. Fakes, leans with the dish to Johnny Newman. Good pump fake and a score.
Nick showing a lot of patience there and wind up with a good shot.
4 points now for Newman. KJ pulls up. Here come the Knicks. Tied at 20. Knicks playing Salt Lake tomorrow night. Jackson faking, Perry blocks it, out of bounds.
Great job, he didn't go for the fake, and in fact he switched off to pick up Mark Jackson.
Never left his feet. Did not go for any of the fakes.
And he's a great jumper. Most jumpers will go for that fake.
Ewing from the baseline, hits it. Ewing 56% from the field, 75% from the line, and the average is 22 a game. He's got 4 points here in the first period, and the Knicks lead by a couple. Chambers, who's been hot, double team, and throws it away. Interception by Jackson. Leads the break down the middle all the way. Nice drive by Jackson.
He's got some flair around the back. Good New York City player.
I don't think anybody ever dreamed he'd be the player he is today in the NBA.
No,
I certainly didn't.
They did.
Chambers working on Newman. Newman can't stay with him.
No, he can't, and I'm sure Pitino's going to have to make a change pretty soon to try to stop Chambers.
That's a dozen for Chambers. Here's Ewing now on a double team. Kick a no-look pass and it goes away. Who touched it last? Suns. The Knicks ball to throw in. Pitino very active on that Knicks bench.
A lot of similarities between these two teams. The way they double down, the way they trap. Both good offensive clubs.
Jackson lost it but got it back and threw it away to Perry. Look out! Tim Perry!
The fans love that, and he took it 3/4 of the court, didn't make a mistake.
We're tied at 24. Oakley on a drive is fouled outside by Gilliam. And for Armen, that's his second personal foul. Can't afford to get him in foul trouble.
No, and Armen Gilliam should not allow Charles Oakley to drive on him.
Timeout on the court, 3:11 to go, first quarter. Suns and Knicks tied at 24. We'll come right back. Watch the matchup with these two. There's Jackson losing it. And watch Perry now. He spins away there, and here he comes. Boy, he can get off the ground.
He just explodes off the ground.
So Perry, the Suns' first round pick, the first pick by the Suns out of Temple, getting a starting nod of late, and already with 7 points in this first quarter. Gerald Wilkins, it'll count if it goes. Oh, and a shot by Gerald Wilkins.
Gerald Wilkins is very quick. He's a wild type of player. He'll make mistakes, but he can do a lot of things offensively. It's like his brother Dominique.
Look at that move, and look at that shot.
And he's grabbed by Corbin and still makes the basket.
Corbin in the game, his first foul for Ty, and also in the game for the Knicks now, Rod Strickland, who of course came out of DePaul, and Gerald Wilkins, who's at the free throw line. Wilkins averages 15 a game.
This team has a lot of speed, especially off the bench, Wilkins and Strickland.
So Wilkins converts. He was just married during the offseason last year. KJ right back, dish it off, threw it away. Ewing has it stolen. Here's Perry. Tried to go over Ewing and drew the foul.
I tell you.
That's 2 on Ewing, and boy, Perry really challenged him.
I'd love to see that replay. Watch how Perry goes up on Ewing here. He's not afraid of him.
So the foul on Ewing, and here's Eddie Lee Wilkins coming in, Ewing going out, also Sidney Green in, and Charles Oakley out. So they take out the two big board men inside, Ewing and Oakley, and bring in Sidney Green and Eddie Lee Wilkins. Now Green occasionally has had some big games off the boards, especially when he's been with Chicago.
Yeah, he's a big guy, big player, 6'9", 220, takes up a lot of room. He doesn't play a lot of time, but 44% shooter, but he's a good rebounder.
Perry hits them both. 9 points for Tim Perry. He's already nearing his career high, which I believe is 11, which he got against Charlotte back on January 19th. Eddie Lee Wilkins, power move, won't get it. And here come the Suns. Knicks lead by 1, 27-26, 2.5 to go first quarter. Newman blocked the shot of EJ. Eddie gets it back, and he fires, and he hits.
Eddie Johnson is having his best year by far, and you know the Knicks are very aware of when he gets the basketball, but it's like a layup on his outside shot.
He is a shooting machine. Kenny Walker up off the Knicks bench. He'll be in soon. Here's Strickland, the rookie from DePaul, turning, shooting and missing, and Chambers outlets to Corbin. Alley-oop underneath. Newman knocked it away, and it comes to Wilkins.
Pass shouldn't have been made. Wasn't enough room.
2 minutes first quarter, steal. KJ all the way, put it up, no, but he's fouled. Newman got the foul, his second, and KJ's gonna go to the line. Kenny Walker coming in the ball game, and he replaces Johnny Newman. Newman out with 2 fouls now. Kevin Johnson going to the line. As that time KJ stole it. And he had Eddie Johnson with him on the break, and KJ elected to go all the way in. 3rd in the league in assists, averaging almost 12 a game. He had a triple-double last Saturday night against the Bulls in Chicago. 11 points, 10 assists on Tuesday in the win over Charlotte. That's his first point of the game.
The thing about this Phoenix team this year, George, they start a game like this, they believe they're going to win it. The Knicks 27-14, but the Suns believe they can win.
Suns have come back from some very big deficits this year, 2-win games.
Well, last year it would have been a hope.
Just evidenced last Saturday in Chicago, down by 19 to the Bulls and come back and win it. Minute 40 to go, first period. Suns by 3. Eddie Lee Wilkins.
I don't think Pitino wants to see Eddie Wilkins looking for a shot that often. Well, he looks old, doesn't he?
He sure does.
Like you and me.
Chambers looking to inbound, better get it in. Press put on by the Knicks, and Corbin will clear to KJ. Knicks like to bother you with that press. EJ from the baseline, Rainbow won't fall. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Sidney Green. Suns to throw it in. You know, Eddie Lee Wilkins was a pick of the Knicks back in '84 when he came out of college. Sustained some injuries. He played in the CBA, and now he's back with the Knicks again. EJ looking low. Instead, backs off on Walker and comes outside. KJ, good drive.
He just blew around one of the quickest guys in the league, rookie Strickland from DePaul.
4 points for KJ. Knicks with a 3-point, Suns with a 3-point lead. Wilkins travel.
See that Wilkins is trying to do too much.
1:03 to go, first period. Remember, Ewing and Oakley sitting on the bench now. Both teams have very good 6th and 7th men to be able to bring off their bench. You don't lose a lot when you bring those people in. Here's one of them, Eddie Johnson. 9 on the shot clock. Chambers on a drive, dish to Perry, and it's intercepted by Wilkins. Back come the Knicks. Gerald, nice spin move, and a foul call as Perry came over to help out. But the foul's called on Corbin, his second. Suns now over the limit. That was their 15th foul, and Gerald Wilkins to go to the line.
We had to like the way Tim Perry came over to help out that time.
Wilkins, 2nd-round pick of the Knicks in '85, played at Tennessee Chattanooga. Last year he was 2nd on the team in scoring. This year he is 4th on the team in scoring. He's in his 4th season, and of course the younger brother of Dominique.
Not a bad free throw shooter, about 79%, but
here you see Ty saying, hey, it was me? I didn't commit the foul. Gerald Wilkins, who played football and baseball in high school as well as basketball, and he can light it up. His season high is 30 this year.
Threw it away.
Going to be Knicks ball as the pressure bothering the Suns. And it forces the turnover, and Kenny Walker will throw it in. Cotton not happy at all. Suns lead by a couple. 38 seconds to go, first period, before a sold-out Coliseum. Wilkins spinning, throws up a wild shot.
Yeah, terrible shot.
Here comes EJ back. Now he pulls up. Suns going to be patient. Difference of 6 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. You're looking at the game clock. 5 on the shot clock, and Wilkins got too close to Corbin. Wilkins' first personal foul. That's going to send Corbin to the line as Jeff Hornacek's back off the Suns bench. And here comes Jeff into the ball game now, and he'll let KJ get a breather. Kevin Johnson out with 4 points. Hornacek, the senior citizen on this team in terms of playing time in his 3rd year.
The Suns definitely have one of the best benches in the league. If Mark West we're seeing for the first time, he's going to play 12 seconds in the first quarter. You've got Eddie Johnson off the bench, Corbin. I don't think there's a better bench in the league.
Corbin makes 1 of 2. Suns by 3, and here come the Knicks for the final shot of the first period. Strickland, throw up a rainbow, won't go air ball. West has it. There's the horn. At the end of 1 here at the Coliseum, The Suns lead the Knicks 33-30. We're coming back. End of the first period here at the Coliseum. Suns lead the Knicks 33-30. 12 points for Tom Chambers, 9 for the rookie Tim Perry to pace the Suns. For the Knicks, 8 points for Mark Jackson, 5 for Trent Tucker. Suns go to Denver tomorrow. The Knicks head to Salt Lake City to meet Utah. There's the field goal percentages, and both teams shooting very well from the field.
They sure are, 57 and 63 for the Suns. Very well played first quarter.
Suns to inbound to start the second quarter. Full court pressure from the Knicks. And boy, they are tenacious on defense off that out-of-bounds pass. But wide open underneath Gilliam with the pass from Corbin. That's an offensive foul. Armen had to elbow his man to get out of the way. And that's 3 fouls on Gilliam.
Well, he did, and also Kenny Walker did a pretty good acting job there, and it was very impressive. But I think Armen did commit that foul, and he's going to have to take a seat.
So Perry's going to come right back in, and Armen's going to have to sit down. Strickland, Kenny Walker, Sidney Green, Patrick Ewing, and Gerald Wilkins on the floor for the Knicks. Perry, West, Johnson, Hornacek, and Corbin. Patrick Ewing.
Ewing looks very good with that turnaround jumper. You can't stop that.
6 points for Ewing in the ball game. Suns by 1. Knicks playing some tight defense. It goes to West, who turns, shoots too hard. Following was Perry. Tipped away, EJ gets it. Has it knocked away by Wilkins. Boy, the Knicks really are with you.
You have
like
to really
glue.
be concerned when Wilkins is around. He's exceptionally quick.
Corbin to throw in.
Stagger!
Eddie Johnson pulls up, won't fall. Green corrals the rebound. Here come the Knicks. Looking to regain the lead with a hoop this trip down. Here's Ewing. West leaning on him. Ewing turns and West blocks it.
Ewing was too far out to be taking that jump shot anyway.
Hornacek to EJ. He'll fire again. In and out. Corbin the rebound. Left-handed up and in. Boy, is he a hustler.
He always gets his hands on the ball. He may not get the rebound, but he'll keep it alive.
Boy, he is a great bench man to have, Ty Corbin. Here's Ewing across the paint, puts it up, counted, and the foul's going to be called on West. And back into the ball game now comes Oakley and Jackson. Watch this one again. Trying to body Ewing away.
He moved him away from the basket. Referees thought it was too much body.
So Ewing looking for point number 9. The first overall pick in the '85 draft when he came out of Georgetown. He's led the Knicks in scoring every season he's been in New York. He's in his 4th season. And while at Georgetown, of course, he led the Hoyas to the championship game in the NCAA 3 of his 4 years there. Here's Corbin off the lead pass, and he's fouled from behind by Jackson. Or they're going to pass the hoop. No, they're not going to count it. They're not going to count it.
I don't know why they would.
The foul is on Jackson. Thought Ty may have traveled a little on that replay.
Yeah, he may have, and they're calling it a breakaway foul. It looked like Jackson may have grabbed Tyrone with his left arm, but Tyrone may have gotten away with an extra step there, too.
So Ty Corbin at the line. Newman comes back in for Walker.
His wrist still bothers him. Every game he gets this wrist hit.
Here's the lead again, and there I thought he took the extra step.
See the arm coming? Yeah. That was a close call.
5 points for Corbin. The Suns lead by a bucket. 37-35. 10 minutes, 24 seconds left to play first half. Hope you're enjoying it on ASPN wherever you may be. Reminder, our next Suns telecast, February 4th from here at the Coliseum. Moses Malone, Dominique Wilkins, and a tough Atlanta Hawk team will come to town. Johnson to Hornacek, top of the key, got it.
Hornacek hasn't had, that may be his first shot tonight.
Johnny Newman, three-point bomb, no. Hornacek, outlet, EJ, ahead of the field. Eddie Johnson.
Beautiful transition.
Pitino hollering for a timeout, he gets it. This sellout throng is on their feet. 9:57 till halftime, and the Suns lead by 6. Suns by 6, back to live action, and a travel call off a double team on Mark Jackson.
The Suns trap forced the Knicks to make a turnover.
So the Suns, playing their best stretch of basketball this first half, have their biggest lead of the game, 6. Eddie Johnson, nice dish inside. Perry missed the jam, but the follow by Corbin is good.
Corbin's never very far away from that ball.
How about Corbin? 7 points off the bench, 6 in this period. Trent Tucker will be back in at the next break for the Knicks. Ewing's pass is knocked away, and it's going to be Suns' ball. Foul called.
Oakley.
On Charles Oakley. His second. There you see Tucker coming in.
You've got to be impressed with the Suns' defensive work tonight. They give up a lot of points, but tonight they're pretty stingy defensively.
You see that pressure the Knicks have been applying since the opening tip. And a travel on Corbin. He took the pass from Hornacek, was pressured at the midcourt line.
May not have been his fault. Sometimes it's the big man's fault for not meeting the ball. And he's pointing at one of his teammates like, you didn't come to get the ball.
You got to come and give those backcourt people help when you're facing the kind of pressure the Knicks are going to give you. Suns by 8. Nice pass underneath. Here's Wilkins turning and scoring. They wanted to travel on that.
And they probably should have had one.
6 points for Wilkins. Back comes Hornacek. Throws it up, no, and Ewing clears. Outlet Jackson. Here come the Knicks. Bounce pass, Oakley. Can't get it. He was off balance.
He was never set.
Racehorse basketball. Eddie Johnson. Double team. Perry. Right back to EJ. Got it.
Good judgment by Perry.
Perry has played very well this half.
You want to get the ball to Eddie when he's open. You're not only going to make the team get 2 points, you get an assist for yourself.
Nice pass. Ewing to Oakley. Missed it. Tip up. He got it back.
But once he's under the basket, you can't move him out.
Suns by 6. EJ will try again. Won't get this one. He won't stop shooting, my friends, believe me. Mark Jackson comes over to Tucker. 3-point bomb. Oh, almost got the bounce. Ewing offensive rebound and the foul called. Ewing doing a good job off the glass here in the first half. That's 3 now on Corbin. So Gilliam and Corbin each have 3 personals.
Kevin Johnson's going to come back in.
8 minutes, 20 seconds left, first half. Ewing turns, here's the jumper. Foul called on West. Try to go up the block the shot. Second foul on West. Third team foul on the Suns. And here comes KJ in for Corbin. Boy, Ty did a heck of a job since coming in.
And they'll need him in the second half.
He is a worker. No matter what the score is or the situation, he's going to give you 110%.
I don't think I ever hide my feelings about him. He's one of my favorite players.
You look at Patrick Ewing. Ewing is 16th in the league in scoring, 5th in field goal percentage, and 3rd in block shots. Tom Chambers in for Tim Perry, who deserves a round of applause. 9 points for Perry already in this game. Ewing looking for point number 11. He averages 22 a game. Here's that pressure again, and West gets it into KJ. To Chambers. Chambers has it stripped away. Knicks very opportunistic. Oakley. Bounce into Ewing. Suns lead has been cut to 4. Ewing turns, misses. Tipped away, and it comes to KJ. 2-on-2. To Chambers. Driving. foul. KJ got that ball to Chambers just at the right time, and Tucker fouled him.
Chambers is disappointed because he didn't get the basket.
See, Tucker just drifted over a little bit, and right then he released the pass to Chambers when the lane was
You
open.
want to get it to the big man so he doesn't have to take another dribble.
Cotton thinking the situation over, looking very dapper tonight. Chambers at the line, 9th in the league in scoring. Looking for point and getting point number 13.
One of the Eastern sports writers evidently rated the coaching ranks him about dress, and Cotton was really disappointed. They rated him as 17th. He said he knows he, and I think they rated Don Nelson ahead of, so that guy could never have seen a game of ours or Golden State.
14 for Chambers. Those tennis shoes that make Nealy so attractive. 48-41, Suns lead by 7. 7:40 left to go, first half. George Allen, Dick Van Arsdale with you from the Coliseum on ASPN. Ewing with a good fake on West, and he hits the jumper. Ewing very active here in this first half. He has 9 in this period, 13 in the game. That Knick pressure is not just token pressure. That is tough pressure trying to get the ball in from out of bounds. Eddie Johnson.
That was close to a three-point shot.
What a shooter he is. Coast to coast, Mark Jackson scores.
Didn't pick him up soon enough. He's a great penetrator.
10 points for Jackson, the product of St. John's. Of course, played for Louis Hornacek. KJ, left-handed layup is good.
KJ says turnabout's fair play.
KJ with 6 in the ball game. Entertaining first half. Suns lead by 6. Ewing turning on West and hitting another one. Leads everybody with 15 now. Outlet to Hornacek, stripped away and out of bounds by Wilkins, as Kenny Walker is going to return for the Knicks.
Can't throw those lob passes with Wilkins around.
Gerald Wilkins will go out. Walker, the product of Kentucky. Here's Eddie Johnson on a drive as it's stripped away, and a foul going to be called on Kenny Walker. His first, and that'll be the 14th foul on the Knicks. So one more and they're over the limit. EJ to go to the free throw line.
EJ, one of those great free throw shooters, 88%.
Eddie Johnson with 31 points, 10 rebounds Tuesday in the win over Charlotte. Here's Strickland coming back in for Mark Jackson.
Speaking of Tim Perry, George, his season high is only 11. He
points.
has 9 here in the first
Right.
half.
Eddie Johnson, who has now made 72 of his last 80, 73 of his last 81 from the line.
Good shooters make the net pop. You see the net pop when he shot it?
EJ in double figures now with 10. Suns lead by 6. Strickland throws up a wild shot, and West comes out of there with the ball as it's stripped away, and Ewing with a power jam. You better be sure you take care of the ball when you've got it against this club, because they'll knock it away from you.
Yes, they will.
Back comes Chambers. EJ from the base. He's hot.
Been hot all year.
Pitino's going to have to put somebody right on EJ, because he'll light him up all night. Suns by 6. Ewing was having a big pass. Look at that pass to Tucker. 7 for Trent Tucker.
The first couple of years in the league, people began to wonder if Ewing was going to be a good player.
I did.
I think a lot of us did.
KJ, oh, what a pass! Boy, keep that one, guys. What a pass! Ooh.
He gets the fans fired up, doesn't he? They love
He sure
that.
does. Kenny Walker outside. Chambers the rebound. You could use that highlight all year. Tim Perry back up off the Suns bench to come in at the next break. West on Ewing. Banks it up and in.
Mark West will normally turn and go to use the left hand. That time he surprised Ewing and had the right hand hook.
Suns' biggest lead of the game, 8 points. 4 minutes, 50 seconds till halftime. Eddie Lee Wilkins up off the Suns bench. Here's Kenny Walker from outside, misfires. Long rebound back to Walker, now to Tucker, and Trent Tucker has 9 in the first half. Suns by 6. The Suns break the pressure, and the bucket counts by KJ, and he was fouled. Kenny Walker
you
bumped
talking
him.
about exciting.
Boy, this is great basketball to watch. There's the bump, and it's a continuation, and he got the roll. Ewing gonna get a well-deserved rest, and Wilkins coming in.
Ewing can play on my team any day.
Any
George.
day, you got that right.
So can this kid right here.
Kevin Johnson. A lot of doubts about this fella when that trade was made last February. Not anymore.
Nobody here knew very much about him.
Here's Ewing. Boy, he plays hard every minute he's in there. Signed for a lot of money, but he's paying dividends.
He's well paid for it.
He sure is. Suns by 9. Biggest lead of the game. Trent Tucker will fire from the wing. Will he get the bounce? No. Knicks playing volleyball on the board, and that's because they had an offensive foul as Eddie Lee Wilkins pushed off underneath. Second foul on Wilkins. Suns over, Knicks over the limit, and Rick Pitino thinks the matter over. Boy, his ex-ball club Providence got off to a great start this year, still playing good ball. They've only lost 1 or 2 games this year, the Friars. Tim Perry is going to go back to the line. Remember, Perry, Dick just pointed out, his career high is 11, which he got against the Hornets down in Charlotte, and he's pressing that already tonight. He has 9 points in the ball game, all in the first period.
Has to use those legs on the free throws and get the ball up in the air, get good arc on it. He has a tendency to shoot a flat shot.
The all-time leading rebounder at Temple and the 4th all-time shot, or the all-time shot blocker, 4th all-time leading rebounder at Temple. 10 points for Perry. 10 points, Suns lead. Halftime, you'll see a feature on the great backcourt ace of the Knicks, the guy with the ball, Mark Jackson, who misfires there, and also a visit with Al Bianchi. KJ leads Chambers, comes back to EJ, to KJ from 20.
They're playing as well in this quarter as they've played all year long.
I got a feeling they better stretch this lead out as much as they come, because I got a feeling the Knicks are going to come at some time in the second half. Liable to see a couple of runs on the part of both teams.
Any great team's going to make a comeback.
Oakley across the paint was fouled. Chambers, Tom's second personal foul. Oakley will go and shoot a pair. Suns' 4th team foul. 3.5 minutes till halftime. Boy, this has been entertaining here in this first half.
We talk about the Knicks having a chance to win the title this year. I think that's true, but
I do too.
I think you can look at, as Al Bianchi told me, you can look at maybe 7 or 8 teams this year, and it's going to depend upon who gets hot at the end of the season and really has momentum during the playoffs.
You look at Oakley, I thought it was a steal when they got him from Chicago in the deal for Cartwright.
Most basketball people felt the same way.
Patrick Ewing said just yesterday on one of the local television sportscasts he felt this was the biggest help to the Knicks this year, the big reason why they're on top of the heap, the addition of Charles Oakley.
Well, that made the Knicks a contender.
7 points for Oakley. Suns by 10. Hornacek all the way. Now KJ on a drive, left-handed up. Won't roll. Look at Perry play volleyball underneath. It's the Knicks ball, but boy, Perry showed some athletic ability. Oakley to Jackson. Suns on the road tomorrow against Denver. Then they'll play the same Nuggets here on Monday. Oh, and a great no-look pass. Oakley to Kenny Walker.
You know, Kenny Walker could get up that high.
Sky Walker from Kentucky. Suns by 8. Chambers, Oakley on him. Chambers makes a move, kicks it back to EJ. 3-pointer. Follow Perry. Look at Perry battle. Knicks come down with it. Jackson backing in on KJ. Leaning in from 14, won't go. Chambers clears. Chambers, the leading scorer and rebounder for this Suns team. 2.5 minutes left till halftime. Chambers 3-pointer.
Suns hit a little cold streak here.
They still lead by 8. and Oakley will fire from the wing. He'll be short. Perry goes up for the rebound, and a loose ball foul going to be called on Tim Perry. That's Tim's first foul. He and Wilkins were battling for the rebound underneath. Suns over the limit now. Timeout going to be called on the court by the Suns. 2:21 to go till halftime. We'll take the break with the Suns leading the Knicks by 8. 2:21 to go, first half. Suns lead by 8, 65-57. Eddie Lee Wilkins will be at the free throw line, and there the Suns out rebounding the Knicks by 5 so far. On the season, the Knicks just about even with the opposition on rebounds. Opposition averaging just a shade less than a rebound more than the Knicks. The Suns being out rebounded by about a rebound and a half per game. And you get a good look right there at Eddie Lee Wilkins. He was the Knicks' 6th round draft choice in '84. Played a little Gardner-Webb college. Hits that one. Played last year in the CBA. He is Gardner-Webb's all-time leading rebounder. Sidney Green in, Charles Oakley out. Wilkins, one of 8 children. He didn't play basketball in high school until his junior year. Missed that one badly, but Wilkins gets it back.
Now the Knicks are only down by 5. You know, that 12-point lead can disappear in a hurry.
5 points for Wilkins. Chambers on Kenny Walker. Kick it to KJ, who's open from the top of the key. Walker rebounds. Knicks can close within 3 with a hoop now. Minute and 50 till halftime. Mark Jackson three-pointer. Eddie Johnson to KJ. Here come the Suns. Suns 24-14 overall. Knicks 27-14. Plenty of time on the shot clock. KJ has it stripped away, but it comes to Perry. And there's Tim Perry's career high.
The loose ball fell right into Perry's hands, right where he wanted it, under the basket.
Boy, he is really playing with some authority.
It's encouraging for the Suns to see that.
7-point Suns lead. Back comes Gerald Wilkins with a finger roll drive.
Guys had some big games here in Phoenix over the years.
Kevin Johnson will set it up. Chambers got possession, gets the hoop. That's 16 for Tom Chambers. Suns by 7. Under a minute now to go. Remember, a visit with Al Bianchi at halftime. Stay with us. And also a special feature on Mark Jackson. Kenny Walker off the pass from Jackson.
Defensive mix-up by the Suns. They didn't cover. Jackson penetrates. Easy basket for Walker.
And the Knicks just stay with you all over the floor as they are right here. They'll give it to KJ and let him bring it across under pressure by Jackson. Nice pass to Chambers, who comes out to Hornacek. 15-footer. Gonna be short. Wilkins, outlet, tipped away to Sidney Green, and he walks.
Big guys shouldn't try to put the ball behind their backs. He may have lost control of it,
I think
however.
he did. Pitino still hollering to pick him up. That's Ernie Grunfeld you see in your picture, left of the screen.
Played for Cotton one time in Kansas City.
Grunfeld, of course, doing coverage back to New York. 15 seconds to go till halftime. Outside jumper, EJ, three-pointer, no. And we got a foul called underneath. And Pitino can't believe it. It's going to be on Eddie Lee Wilkins. Pitino just did a dance. Saying, you got to be kidding me. There's Rick. I give him credit. He's done a heck of a job with this Knick team.
He's a great coach.
Ed Nealy going to get some playing time here. Chambers will sit down. Final 6 seconds of the first half. Chambers 16 points first half as he sits down, and T.R. Dunn just signed to another 10-day contract. Will come in soon. Tim Perry.
13 for Perry. Great first half. Not only he's got 13 points, but I think he's played so well defensively. He's made some good decisions, which he hasn't earlier in the year.
Dunn in the game for Hornacek. Strickland comes in for Kenny Walker for the Knicks, and Steve Kerr is going to come in for the Suns. Of course, Steve went over to the Activity Center last night to watch the U of A defeat Arizona State. Look at Tim Perry going for point number 14. Got it. Suns with pressure now. Green intercepted Kerr. There's the horn. At the end of the first half here at the Coliseum, before a sellout crowd, it was entertaining. And the Suns take a 71-64 lead to the locker room. Back with halftime activity next on ASPN. Halftime here at the Coliseum, the Suns leading the Knicks 71-64. Suns led by 3 at the end of the first quarter, outscored the Knicks by 4 in the second period. Tons of highlights to show you. Kenny Walker for the New York Knicks, who came off the bench in the first half to score 4 points, gets 2 of them right there off the dish. Patrick Ewing had a big first half of the Knicks. 17 in the first half. He averages 22. And look at the move here as he goes across the paint and the soft hook for 2 of his 17. The Suns had their heroes as well. This one you can keep in the highlight tape all season long. Look at Kevin Johnson. Dishes behind the back to West with a jam. KJ, first half only scored 11 points, but really played well. Pressure here forces a loose ball. It comes to Perry, and look at Tim spin away from Ewing, and the rest is easy. As here comes Perry down the floor for the jam. What a big first half he had. Tim with 14 in the first half, his career high. First half stats, you take a look at them. Both teams shooting very well from the field, both over 50%, but the Suns capitalizing with 10 more free throws cashed in than the Knicks. Rebounds, dead even at 20 apiece. That's a plus as far as the Suns are concerned. And the turnovers, 10-9. Knicks have turned it over 10 times. And you would think with the pressure the Knicks supply that the Suns would have turned it over maybe even more than that. Let's go to the individual leading scorers and find out. First of all, for the Knicks, they are led by the big guy underneath, Patrick Ewing. As you follow some of the action, here's 2 of Ewing on his power jam. 2 of Ewing, 17 points at halftime. Mark Jackson with 10, and Trent Tucker with a total of 9. Big half for Tom Chambers, as Tommy had 12 points in the first period, en route to his 16 in the first half. And they're a good move to get away from this man and jamming it down. 16 for Chambers to pace the attack. Perry with 14, KJ with 11. 71-64, Suns at halftime, and we're underway with the second half of action from here at a sold-out Coliseum. Suns' 5th sellout, I believe, this year. It's either their 5th or 6th of the season. Here's Armen Gilliam, saw very little time in the first half, but opens up the second half the way he opened up the game.
He played pretty well when he was in there, but he got into foul trouble.
3 fouls for Gilliam, forced him to sit out most of the first half. He now has 7 points in the ball game and builds the Suns' lead to 9. Ewing across the paint, right where he left off.
He's making some tough shots.
He
They're
really
making
is.
him work for him.
Come on, Johnny, get
19 now for Ewing, and again, the pressure by the Knicks. Suns by 7. Suns travel to Denver tomorrow night against the Nuggets. Then they'll come home to play the same Nuggets next Monday. Tom Chambers taking a roll.
Pitino wants a 20-second
Yes, he
timeout
does.
already.
Right now, Pitino wants a 20-second timeout. Did not like what he saw and is letting somebody know about it. Suns lead by 9, 75-66. Knicks, on the other hand, will travel to Utah tomorrow night to close out a 7-game road swing. Knicks, who have won 7 of their last 11 overall. Suns have won 13 of their last 17 overall. Suns have won 13 of their last 14 here at home. The Suns, by the way, are 5-1 against Atlantic Division opposition. The only team to beat them was here when New Jersey came in early in the season and knocked off the Suns. Now remember, the Suns have won 8 road games this year. That's 2 more than they won all of last year. Half of the Suns' road wins this year are against Atlantic Division opposition. Mark Jackson brings it across the timeline. Oakley back to Jackson, who lobs into Ewing. West is in there guarding him. Trent Tucker misfires from outside. We welcome our viewers back after we were away from you for a short period of time. Suns lead by 9, 75-66. Chambers kicks it back to Hornacek from 3. It won't go. Hit the clock, and so the Knicks will inbound the ball.
Pitino really chewed on his players in that 22nd timeout, mainly talking about Chambers, how he's driving the lane on them, and they want him to kick the ball off as the Suns want Ewing to give it up.
10.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Underneath is Newman. He got a bump and he traveled. Maybe a break for the Suns. Newman did shuffle the feet, but he did get a bump too.
When you're 6'6" and you get the ball underneath with your back to the basket, you have to take a fake because you don't know what big guy's standing behind you.
Newman on KJ as he brings it across. KJ pulls up, gives to Hornacek. Here's Chambers from the wing. Got it.
Chambers was 6 out of 9 in that first half. He's on target tonight.
All the way back on the Knicks, and Johnny Newman drives and scores. Newman's first point since the first period. He's got 6 in the game. Suns come right back down. Suns will run right alongside with the Knicks this game. Illegal defense. Bernie Fryer calls it. And it's going to be called on Patrick Ewing.
It's amazing they don't have that called more often as much as they press and trap.
It's Oakley, Ewing, Newman, Tucker, and Jackson for the Knicks. Chambers, West, Gilliam, Hornacek, and KJ for the Suns. Tucker on West. His pass tipped away and stolen by Newman. Not a good pass. To Jackson. Newman, kick it back to Mark Jackson, comes through traffic and throws it in. A dozen for the second-year player out of St. John's. Suns by 7. KJ no look. Gilliam for the jam.
And did you see Patrick Ewing get out of the way?
Suns by 9. These teams will not meet again till March 7th at the Garden in New York. Newman to Jackson. Spinning on KJ, throwing it up and getting the bounce.
What a shot.
14 for Mark Jackson. He gets the ball and he's got that look of confidence about him that he can do whatever he wants to do.
He's a big game player and makes a lot of clutch shots.
Chambers with a move, pull up for the jumper, rolls it across. Gilliam offensive board, scores.
Armen kind of breaking out of his slump, having a pretty good game even though he hasn't played a lot.
11 for Gilliam. Newman misfires. Ball tipped away, comes to Tucker, who scores. They got the bounce.
Hate to see things like that happen. Two Suns tipped the ball, couldn't get the rebound.
Suns right back, leading by 7. Little over 8 minutes to go in the third period. Hope you enjoyed the feature on Mark Jackson at halftime and the visit with Al Bianchi. Ewing, nice play. Stepped in front, knocked it away. Back come the Knicks. Ewing won't get it to fall, but KJ fouled him.
Ewing timed that steal perfectly.
Watch it again. Good steal, and then Jackson with a good dish to Ewing. There's the slap on the wrist. And Ewing to shoot a pair.
So Ewing not only made the steal, but filled the lane and got the foul on the other end. The big guy can really run.
Ewing going for point number 20. Led all NBA rookies in scoring and rebounds his initial year in the league. He was a member of that gold medal winning 84 Bobby Knight Olympic coach team. His season high this year, 38 points. Hits them both. He's become a pretty good free throw shooter. He's 75% from the line. Suns feeling the pressure as they inbound. Their lead is cut to 5, almost a steal. Back comes KJ to Gilliam. Throws it away. Back comes Oakley for the Knicks. And it's knocked away. Oakley gets it back underneath Tucker. He missed the layup.
Oh, did he blow a bunny?
Back come the Suns breaking. Chambers going behind his back, and he's going to get called for the offensive foul. Suns tried to get a bit fancy that time, and Chambers got the foul. Gerald Wilkins in for Trent Tucker, and Kenny Walker coming in as well for the Knicks, and Johnny Newman will go out. Watch this one. Chambers behind the back, and he runs down Ewing.
Chambers should have stopped sooner, got in control of himself.
Suns got a break to begin with when Tucker missed a real hanger at the other end. The Knicks can climb back within 3. Wilkins across the paint, won't get it to fall. Gilliam boards. Oakley wanted the foul on Gilliam, didn't get the call. Back comes KJ. Throw it up, no. But a foul going to be called. Did they call a goaltend?
I thought they did.
Yes, they called a goaltend on Kenny Walker. Give the bucket to KJ. That's 13 on KJ. Rick Pitino pleading his case with Bernie Fryer. There it is again, and they say Walker tipped it.
Looked like he got a piece of it.
Another angle.
From that angle, it didn't look like it.
I know, from that angle, it looked like a clean shot. Nevertheless, KJ gets 2, and the Suns lead is 7. Back come the Knicks with 7 minutes left, third quarter. Good move, Mark Jackson. Look at that follow by Ewing.
I tell you, there's some great basketball being played tonight. Great individual effort there.
23 for Ewing. Suns looking to run. Here they come. No look. Armen Gilliam off the dish from KJ. Gilliam 13 points. Still Knicks ball. Sidney Green coming in, and we're going to get a timeout on the court. 6:41 to go. Third quarter. Timeout. Suns 85. Knicks 78. Patrick Ewing having a big night for the Knicks. He's got 23. Watch him here off the missed shot, following jam. This third period's been a deadlock so far. Each team scored 14 points. Suns led by 7 at the half. They still lead by 7. It's been action-packed from the opening tip. Fast-paced at both ends. Kenny Walker to Wilkins. Double team to an open Walker. Here comes Jackson, driving. Reverse layup, got it.
Jackson is most effective when he drives.
He's hit his season average, 16. Here comes Chambers. Around Ewing, counts a bucket. And give the foul to Ewing, who has a pained expression on his face.
This was a tremendous shot. Great body control by Tom Chambers.
Boy, that is great control. Chambers with 22. Ewing's third foul of the ball game. Chambers, good free thrower, 83%. His season average, 24.5.
They list him at 6'10", but he's closer to 6'11".
Suns by 8. Our next telecast, February 4th, here against Atlanta. Wilkins in the paint. Got the roll. He's in double figures with 10.
Another good shot.
Double team on KJ. They need help. Chambers finally gets it across the 10-second line. Hornacek got the roll.
Got the shooter's roll.
That's only 4 points for Jeff Hornacek.
He hasn't had many shots tonight.
Wilkins right back to Ewing from the wing. Boy, what a game he's
I've
having.
never seen him play better, and you'd like to see him take the outside shot, but he's been making them.
25 points for Pat Ewing. Suns by 6. In the paint, Gilliam, left-handed jump hook, not close. Sidney Green rips it away to Jackson. Jackson turns on Hornacek and lost the ball out of bounds. That was a good defensive play by Hornacek.
It was. He made him make a move he didn't want to make. He's very irritated. He's got to be careful. He hits the standard, and he could break his hand doing that.
You see that, he's mad. Corbin's into the game for the Suns, replacing Hornacek. Ty came in and played well in the first half. Here's Chambers. He's on fire. He's got 9 in the quarter, 25 in the game. And a shooter's delight. Eddie Johnson up off the Suns bench. He'll be in soon. Ewing turning, banking, too hard. Rebound Gilliam. Armen playing much better in this third quarter.
No question about it.
KJ stutter step, come in, he was fouled outside. That would have counted had it gone. Gerald Wilkins, his first foul. Two team fouls for the Suns. Eddie is coming in and Armen's going out.
This game may be decided by how well the benches play.
Armen Gilliam had 8 points in the quarter as he goes to the bench, 13 in the game. Eddie Johnson had 12 first half points. He's now in. KJ at the line, 13 points in the ball game. KJ's only had about 4 games, 5 games all year where he has not been in double figures in assists. Rick Pitino, he has proven, yes, college coaches can come into the pro ranks and do the job.
Of course, he did have some pro experience before he went back to Providence to coach.
1 of 2 for KJ, and the Suns' lead is 9. 4 minutes, 40 seconds left third period. Strickland, I thought he traveled, got away with it. Tip out of bounds by Corbin. A very calm-looking Cotton Fitzsimmons. If you get a look at the inside of his body, it wouldn't be so calm.
Well, no, he's not calm. Strickland did change pivot feet on that last play.
Sidney Green, 16-footer, give him 2.
The big guys aren't supposed to shoot like that.
Right. And here's Chambers all the way. That's about the 4th time tonight the Suns have beaten them.
Well, so that really nullifies the basket by the Knicks.
27 for Chambers. Wilkins fake Corbin. Strickland goes into Ewing. Double team to Green. Nice touch pass to Wilkins. Good ball movement by the Knicks.
Suns tried to rotate, but they couldn't do it quickly enough.
Suns by 7. Chambers left alone. Missed that one, but somebody on the Knicks is gonna have to pick Chambers up. What is Corbin battle?
You can say every time down the court, it's almost like Corbin has a nose for the ball and he's there. You get tired of saying it. He's around the basketball so often.
Watch him here off the missed shot by Chambers. Look at him, tip it, keep it alive, and draw the foul by Wilkins. Here's Eddie Johnson. Hit the clock.
Should have been a dead ball,
I thought it should have too. Kevin Johnson with a steal, but nobody was there. EJ tried to get it, but it comes to Strickland. Wilkins, good shooter, misses that one. Rebound, gonna be taken by Walker. Bounce came the Knicks' way. Suns by 7, 3.5 to go third quarter. Whatever you do, don't go anywhere. I got a feeling this one's gonna go down to the final buzzer. Strickland pulls up for the jumper. Chambers a rebound. Here comes KJ. Bump by Strickland. Dish to EJ. Checked off. Come underneath to West, who lost it out of bounds. Wilkins touched it last. You have got to protect the ball every second that you are around the Knicks. They swat at the ball every opportunity they get.
Smart basketball.
KJ getting a breather.
He never wants to come out.
Hornacek comes in. He leads the Suns in minutes played. Eddie Lee Wilkins going to come in and give Ewing a breather. Here's Eddie Johnson to Hornacek from outside. He got the bounce.
Two shots in a row for him, or he's gotten a shooter's bounce. He'll take it.
Tim Perry, who had a great first half, is scheduled to check in at the next break. You see the time left. Suns by 9. Kenny Walker, top of the key. He's not supposed to be able to do that, but he does shoot 49% from the field.
The Knicks big men are shooting the ball well tonight.
Chambers on Eddie Lee. Double team now, and a foul called on Strickland. Timeout called by the Knicks. 2:34 to go. Third quarter. Suns lead the Knicks 97-90. We'll be right back. (97-90). The Suns lead the Knicks. Suns led at the end of the quarter by 3. They led at the half by 7. And they still lead by 7 with 2:34 to go in the third quarter. Patrick Ewing with 25 to lead the Knicks. Suns to inbound the ball. Eddie Johnson to throw in. To Chambers, who leads the Suns with 27. EJ bounces Perry. Back to EJ, who lost the ball, got it back. Oh, what a great dish to Perry.
Good reaction by Eddie Johnson, who'd lost the basketball.
Outstanding reaction by EJ. Perry's got 16. They go into Wilkins, and he draws the foul. That's on Ty Corbin, ties fourth.
Corbin's having a tough time. No, and there's no reason in that situation to even reach in on Wilkins.
I'll tell you one thing, if this rookie Tim Perry continues to play this season the way he's shown the last week and a half, Suns are going to be doubly tough. You think Marley's not even with them. When he gets back, they're going to be good. And Perry's been a plus. Here's Wilkins. Boy, that's an offensive goaltend. No basket, Suns ball.
Perry did an excellent job of staying with Gerald Wilkins on this drive. And then Green interferes with the ball in the cylinder.
Wilkins gets a hold of that ball, and I mean, he moves in all different directions. He's a wild type of player, Gerald Wilkins. Hornacek in trouble, bounces it off the knee of Sidney Green. And Cotton Fitzsimmons is hollering, give him some help.
He picked up his dribble, too, which was a mistake, and then he was trapped. Nobody came to help him.
You see Cotton hollering there. Corbin inbound. And almost threw it away, did. Here's Strickland with the steal. Dish it off underneath, the jam by Green. Boy, Suns played that one very poorly. Perry having trouble. He throws it away. Steal and a layup by Newman. 22nd timeout, Suns. And they need it. Boy, the last two possessions, they have played very sloppy.
The Knicks have thrived in this area all year long.
You're right.
I'm not sure you should have Tim Perry taking the ball out of bounds, but he threw it right to the Knick defense.
Tell you what, if you got a team like the Knicks that can play this sticky a defense and press all game, it's great, and they make it pay off.
It means you're never out of the game. There's always a way to come back.
Well, you sure don't see many pro teams play this style of ball. But Pitino has instilled this style of play into the Knicks attack, and it's paid dividends. Tell you what, they proved they were a good club, especially the second half of last year. They played as well as just about anybody and got out of the blocks well this year and have never looked back. They lead the Atlantic Division. Suns by 5. Minute 20 to go, third quarter. Eddie Johnson leans in and scores. That was a tough shot.
That was a terrible shot to take, but he made it.
14 for EJ. Knicks working around on the wing. It goes into Wilkins. Perry leans on him, and a foul's going to be called. Foul is on Hornacek. First foul on Jeff.
No problem. Still not in the penalty with a minute to go in the quarter.
Both teams with 14 fouls here in the third quarter. Wilkins get a pick from Green. Dish it to Sidney from the baseline. Sidney Green. He has 3 hoops in this third quarter.
At how well some of these guys are shooting the ball.
See, Perry's throwing it in again. That should not happen.
No, I don't think so either.
Chambers clears to Corbin, and the Suns are in the forecourt. But I'll tell you what, they're working to get it in the attacking zone. Johnson's fouled by Green, who reached in and got too close, and the Knicks are over the limit. First on Green, and the 15th foul. EJ will shoot a pair.
Well, when you apply a lot of pressure as the Knicks are, there's a foul by Green. He's going to commit a lot of fouls, and that's why the Suns have to be very strong with the basketball and protect it.
Rick Pitino still talking over on the bench as EJ hits his 15th point. Armen Gilliam coming in for Tom Chambers. 11 points in this quarter for Chambers. He has 27 in the game. Eddie Johnson coming off a 31-point, 10-rebound effort on Tuesday against the Hornets, has 16 tonight. Suns by 7. Bernie Fryer spots a foul on Sidney Green, so he quickly picks up 2.
Sidney Green ran right over Jeff Hornacek.
Sidney Green and Armen Gilliam conversing before the game. Of course, those two products of UNLV. Terrible shot by Hornacek.
He thought he was fouled.
I know he did. He threw up an air ball, and here come the Knicks. Trying to get within 5 with a hoop here. Gerald Wilkins in the paint. Boy, he's a good ball player. 14 for Wilkins. Knicks within 5. Suns almost turned it over there with the travel. Suns will have it to the final shot of this quarter. You can count it down on your screen. Armen, Gilliam, that's a goaltend. Gilliam made a heck of a move, and Johnny Newman got called for goaltending.
Left-handed scoop shot. Now the Suns want to make sure they don't give up an easy basket here.
Mark Jackson coming in. 4 seconds to go, third quarter. Now the Suns apply pressure. Newman leaning and throwing one up, and it won't go. At the end of 3, it's the Suns 105, Knicks 98. Don't go away. A great fourth quarter should be forthcoming on ASPN. We're headed to the fourth and final quarter here at the Coliseum. Time to get that liquid refreshment, get your popcorn or your hot dog or whatever, and get back to your seat in time for the fourth quarter, because this should be a great fourth quarter. A fan's view from here at the Coliseum as we check the NBA scoreboard. Boston beating Sacramento by a dozen tonight. Golden State travel to Philadelphia. That is 2 tough games the Warriors have lost on the road this week. They lost to the Pistons the other night by 105-104 in Detroit, and they lose by 1 to the Sixers. Don Nelson's doing one heck of a job this year. Cleveland and Detroit, a battle going on. The Cavs winning it by 1, so Cleveland continues to play well. One more score to report to you around the NBA. A couple of more finals. Washington losing to Chicago. The Bulls winning by 11. And Dallas just burying San Antonio. Boy, are the Spurs having their problems. Those are 2 teams with problems. Dallas hadn't been setting the league on fire, but they get a big win tonight. 44 points over San Antonio.
That's embarrassing.
Here, the Knicks with a couple of steals late in the third quarter have tightened this one up. It's a 7-point game. Final 12 minutes. Buckle up your belts. Sit back and enjoy the final 12 minutes on ASPN. Kevin Johnson on Mark Jackson. Now Johnny Newman around EJ. Left-handed shot. Oh, he got the bounce. He threw up a prayer.
He sure did.
And he's in double figures with 10. KJ streaking down the floor. Almost lost it, does lose it. Trent Tucker pressuring him, and he forced the turnover.
The Suns are going to have to be able to handle that Knick pressure in the fourth quarter.
It's a 5-point Suns lead. This Knick team just will not quit. They just keep coming at you. We have not had a quarter tonight where either team has scored under 30 points. It's been a high-scoring affair. 2 of the high-scoring teams in the league going at it tonight. Here's Ewing. Misses. EJ has it knocked away, and a foul called on Newman in the backcourt. Yes. Johnny Newman's third.
Mark West did an outstanding job that time on Patrick Ewing, maintaining his position. He didn't let Ewing go to the basket.
For the Suns, Chambers 27, 16 EJ, 14 KJ, 16 Perry, 15 for Gilliam. They're going to double team KJ. Breaks away from it to Corbin. Air ball from the baseline. Knocked away by the Knicks.
Break for the Suns. They had the inside position and an air ball by Corbin.
4 men in double figures for the Knicks, paced by Ewing with 25. Gilliam in the paint. Fake. Put it up. Won't go. Rebound comes down to Tucker. Gilliam made a good fake to get his man in the air, but threw up an off-balance jumper that misfired. Knicks can creep within 3 if they can convert here. Here's Oakley. He'll be patient for the time being. Go to Ewing, who gives it back to Oakley, who's fouled. That pass was deflected, but Oakley came away with it and drew the foul. And if that's on Corbin, that's his 5th. Yes. Corbin's got 5. He's got to come out. Jeff Hornacek at the scorer's table. He'll come in for Ty.
Yeah, they're saying Oakley was in the act of shooting, and I'm not sure that he was.
I'm not sure that he was either, but he's going to go to the line. Charles Oakley, acquired from the Bulls for Bill Cartwright, and an exchange of draft picks. That trade was made in June of '88. He was the 9th overall pick by the Cavaliers in '85 in the draft out of Virginia Union. And then Oakley's draft rights were traded to Chicago. When he was at Virginia Union, he led the NCAA Division II in rebounding in '85, and he's led the NBA in board play twice. Looking for his 9th point tonight. Charles Oakley. The Knicks are within 3. Boy, do the Knicks play some sticky defense. They just swarm the ball. They are all over. EJ blocked by Ewing. Oakley comes off with it and gets it to Tucker.
The Suns have to be careful now. They don't play too tentatively.
Oakley's on a wing. Gilliam gives him some room. Oakley's going to be short. Long rebound to Armen. KJ had it knocked away. KJ across the line. Here's Eddie Johnson. He's alone. He misfires. Suns having trouble finding the hole right now. Tucker, Jackson, Ewing. Across the paint, tough shot. Got it.
The
Suns
big
need
guy,
a timeout.
really impressive.
27 for Ewing. And here comes another steal. Knicks can take the lead with a hoop. Here's Ewing. Foul by Gilliam. Boy, the Knicks really coming on. That's 4 on Gilliam. Chambers is coming back in.
Suns have lost their composure. They're
Really have.
pressed by them, and the Knicks have a great press, a lot of pressure, and it has rattled Phoenix here in the fourth quarter.
Newman going out. Chambers is in. Eddie Johnson out for the Suns. Ewing at the line, going for point number 28. Finally missed one.
They certainly have the momentum right now.
They really do.
Suns need a hoop very badly.
That was Ewing's first miss from the line tonight. They inbound to KJ. Chambers. Pitino coaching from the sidelines. Chambers rims and comes out. Here come the Knicks. We're tied at 105. 9:25 to go. Suns led by 7 entering this period. Suns have yet to score in the fourth quarter. What's the call?
Illegal defense.
Mark West, illegal defense. Ken Mayfield made the call. Suns have gone almost 3 minutes this quarter without a point. They've been outscored 7-0 here in the fourth quarter. Cotton Fitzsimmons hoping his club can snap out of it here soon. There's a steal, but the Knicks get it back. Gerald Wilkins. Hornacek almost stole it. Here's Mark Jackson all the way. Scoop shot, got it. Suns wanted an offensive goaltend call. Basket interference. Knicks lead by 2. 107-105. New York. Chambers. Double team. There's going to be a foul call. See if Jackson gets it on a reach in. Yes. That's 2 on Jackson.
It's a 9-0 run here at the start of the fourth quarter.
There you see the reach in. I'll tell you, it's really something. With all the pressure they apply, it's amazing they don't get more fouls called on them than they do, at least tonight anyway. Tell you what, you beat this team, you've earned your keep.
They work on that press enough. I'm sure that they're not going to foul as much as a team who just tried it the first time.
You know, you wonder, they came off the win over the Lakers the other night, and with Magic, you wouldn't think this press would bother a team like the Lakers. Gilliam fighting for the ball, and it's going to be Suns ball. I mean, Gilliam and Jackson were involved in hand-to-hand combat over there. You watch it again, going away. There's Jackson and Gilliam. Look at them wrestle. Suns ball, 15 on the shot clock.
Suns have to take better care of the ball.
They really do. This Knick pressure is really getting to them. You'll find out how composed they are right here in this fourth quarter in the final 8.5 minutes. Ewing comes over to block KJ off, and he threw it away. Gerald Wilkins put it up and in. Timeout, Suns. They need a timeout, and they get it right here. 8:23 to go in this game. The Knicks have outscored the Suns 11-0 to start the fourth quarter. Knicks lead by 4. Here's what the Knicks press has caused, the turnover. And here comes Gerald Wilkins all the way to lay it up and in. And it's been a fourth quarter run for the Knicks that has seen them outscore the Suns 11-0, and there's the turnovers in the ball game. It was 10-9 at halftime. The Knicks have committed 10 turnovers. Suns have turned it over 10 times in this half. Chambers draws a foul on Oakley, and he'll go to the line. That's 3 on Oakley. Knicks have 3 team fouls, Suns 2 in this fourth quarter. The Suns have yet to score in this fourth quarter, and we played almost 4 minutes. We played 3 minutes and 50 seconds, and the Suns are looking for their first point of this quarter.
I think the Knicks' philosophy is they feel if they can play a close game with you, that their press is eventually going to get them ahead.
I agree with you.
That's what it's done here.
I give Pitino credit for getting these players to play this way. They play hard
That's
the entire game.
Half the battle in coaching is having your players want to play for you.
29 for Chambers. Suns within 2. They've led most of this game. They've lost the lead here in the fourth quarter. You find out about your character in games like this. Ewing has it stripped away, but it comes to Tucker, who scores.
Tough break.
13 for Tucker. Knicks by 4. Hornacek to West, who jams. I'll say one thing about West. He knows his range, anywhere from 2 to 4 feet.
They don't
You
want
don't see him throwing up any crazy shots.
They don't want him 10, 15 feet from the basket.
Wilkins bumped by Hornacek. Great pass to Oakley, who puts it in. He wanted the foul. 11 for Oakley. Knicks by 4. Suns cannot let this game get out of control here. They've got to stay at least within striking range. Turnover, threw it away. Oakley comes up with it.
Well, Jeff Hornacek has thrown about 3 bad passes here. It's not like him.
Knicks by 4. 6:55 to go in the game. Remember, the Suns are 16-3 on this floor. Wilkins had the ball swatted away. It comes to Mark Jackson. Three-pointer. 21 for Action Jackson.
That's another one of their big weapons, the 3-point shot.
Biggest lead for the Knicks. Into Chambers. Score it. He's fouled. Oh, they needed that one. Suns needed that hoop.
It's been a team that has not quit all year long, and they're not going to quit either.
Here it is again, and Tucker got the foul, his 3rd. Knicks have 14 fouls, 1 more and they're over the limit. Eddie Johnson in, West coming out. It's 116-111 Knicks. Chambers to try and close the deficit to 4. Chambers looking for his 32nd point. Got it. 116-112, Knicks by 4. Mark Jackson just did a big 3-point hoop a while ago. Here he comes again. Dish to Ewing. Count it. He's fouled. The foul is on Eddie Johnson, his first. Ewing's got 30 points. The assist to Mark Jackson. The Knick lead is 6, and it could be 7 after Ewing finishes his job at the free throw line. Been a great fourth quarter surge by the Knicks.
Can't say that the fourth quarter has all belonged to New York, and the Suns still have plenty of time, but the Knicks do have the game going in their favor right now.
Johnny Newman to come in at the next break. Knicks by 7. Suns need a spurt. Here's Chambers. Tipped it away, and it comes to Chambers. Chambers right back to EJ. Reverse the layup and get it. Ewing was back defensively.
Got the loose ball and got a big basket there.
Knicks by 5. Boy, it's been a good one here tonight. 5:50 to go. Suns have won 13 of their last 14 here at home. That streak being threatened. Ewing. And he and Gilliam stare at each other. Ewing was fouled. And Armen Gilliam draws his 5th foul. Armen had a good third quarter, scored 10 points. But now he's got 5 fouls.
Well, you did the right thing there. You just don't allow Ewing to go wherever he wants to go.
Timeout Knicks. 5:45 to go in the game. It's a full timeout. We'll hit the road. Knicks lead by 5, and we'll be back after the full timeout.
Really tiring.
And Atlanta right now, I think they and the Knicks right now about the two toughest teams in that Eastern Conference. Of course, Cleveland still in there. Cleveland won by 1 tonight. But the way Atlanta and the Knicks are playing, I think they're the two toughest teams right now in the East. Knicks with the ball and a 5-point lead. And they almost threw it away, and EJ's going to get called for a reach-in foul. Second foul on Eddie Johnson.
EJ was just a little bit late getting over.
Suns are over the limit in team fouls. The next foul committed by the Knicks will put them over the limit, and Johnny Newman's going to the line. Newman was a Cavalier draft pick when he came out of Richmond back in '86. He was signed by the Knicks as a free agent in November of '87. He averaged 10 points a game for the Knicks last year, and at one stretch, if you can believe this, he hit 19 straight field goals last year at one stretch in the season. Knicks by 6. Newman has 11, and the Suns have the ball. KJ to Hornacek. Here's West inside. Missed the shot, threw up an air ball, and knocked Ewing out of the way. West gets it back and scores.
I think Eddie Johnson made that steal.
8 for Mark West. It's a 4-point game. KJ trying to stay with Jackson. Oakley smacking Chambers. Threw it away. 2-on-1. KJ to Chambers. Jam!
Oh, boy. He went right up Mark Jackson.
Timeout Knicks. This place is in a frenzy. 4:55 to go, and the Suns are back within 2. Chambers jamming over Action Jackson prior to the timeout to bring the Suns within a bucket. Chambers with 34. It's a 2-point Knick lead. This crowd stamping their feet here. Jackson, count the bucket, and he is fouled. Boy, he's a showman, I'll tell you.
He's tough.
The foul is on Chambers, his 4th. Jackson's got 23. Look at this.
Gets a half a step, and that's all he needs.
He averages almost 17 a game, and he's into it. Mark Jackson. Rookie of the Year last year, NBA Rookie of the Month 3 times last year. He had the NBA rookie record for assists last year. 24. Knicks lead up to 5 again. Suns can't panic. They got to stay right with him here. Hornacek, baseline. Won't fall. Eddie Johnson got the roll.
Jeff Hornacek's had a tough night tonight. Can't seem to quite get with it.
Eddie Johnson's got 20. It's a 3-point Knick lead. You see the time left. Wilkins. That's a tough matchup for Hornacek, trying to stay with Wilkins.
Certainly is.
18 for Wilkins.
Wilkins too strong for him, a little taller.
Chambers, KJ on a drive, blocking foul going to be called on Newman, and that's his 4th. And the Knicks are over the limit. KJ to go to the line. It's a 5-point Knick lead, 4:04 to go. Here comes Corbin back in. Corbin going to come in for Hornacek. You know what I like about Hornacek? He's having a tough game. He knows it. But I'll tell you what, there's no quit in him.
Not at all.
I mean, he just knows he's got to do it at the other end, and he gives you 110%.
And he will still take that open shot when he has to. And in crucial situations, he's done a very good job of that this year.
KJ looking for his 16th point of the night. It's a 3-point Knick lead. Jackson All the way driving, dish it off, almost threw it away, and the Knicks lose it out of bounds. Oakley lost it, and here come the Suns. Chambers, Ewing the median. Chambers won't go. Rebound follow, good by Eddie Johnson.
Pitino wants a timeout.
There's another timeout, New York. 3:42 to play. Knicks 125, Suns 124. Tom Chambers misses the shot. Watch Eddie Johnson. Long arms, and the follow gets it. And it brings the Suns within one. Final 3.5 of the game. You see the field goal percentage. Knicks are tearing it up at 9 out of 12. Ewing misses. Suns rebound. Loose ball foul. Johnny Newman. His 5th. And the Knicks are over the limit.
Ewing finally missed the shot, and that's again, I think when you see the big man take the shot from the outside, you know he's eventually not going to hurt you out there.
Ewing over to have a word with Coach Pitino. Trent Tucker's going to come back in. Eddie Johnson to the line. Eddie with 22 in the game. Boy, this guy's been worth his weight in gold this year to the Suns.
Automatic.
Tucker in for Newman. We're tied at 125. EJ looking for his 24th point of the night to give the Suns the lead.
A lot of guys who played this game would love to be able to shot the ball like Eddie Johnson.
You talk about getting your money's worth. This sellout has gotten it tonight. 14,471. Jackson misses. Follow no. Look at Ewing fight. Misses that one. Rebound foul, Kevin Johnson. He fouled Ewing.
The ball just kept coming back to Ewing, and you're not going to out-jump the guy.
Boy, he is a battler.
That was not anything that the Suns did wrong, but they just couldn't get up there with Patrick Ewing.
Ewing's got 31. Cotton Fitzsimmons sweating this one out, as is Pitino. This has been a fan's delight tonight. We hope you're enjoying it. Ewing ties it up.
This has to be one of his better games of the year.
His high is 38 this year. He's got 32 tonight. Knicks show pressure again on the inbounds. Double team on Chambers. Tom brings it across and hands to KJ. 3 minutes exactly to go. Kevin Johnson got it!
In tight situations, that's the best thing to do. Take the ball to the hole.
18 for Johnson. Who can handle the pressure best down the stretch? Baseline. Offensive foul on Oakley. He ran down Chambers. That's 4 on Oakley. Timeout on the court, 2:39 to go. Crowd on their feet. Suns lead by 1. There is not a seat to be had at Veterans Memorial Coliseum. A sellout, 14,471. Seeing one of the top games of the year. There you see it. 2:39 to go. And the Suns leading the Knicks by 1. Suns have the ball. KJ gets the inbounds pass and quickly gets it in the forecourt. Nail-biting time. KJ threw it away. They double-teamed him.
Double-teamed him, and he was off balance and made the bad pass.
Here come the Knicks. Boy, they force you into numerous mistakes. You got to really be at the top of your game and stay composed when you play this bunch. Here's Ewing, who's been phenomenal tonight. Misses that one. And Corbin has the rebound. Knocked away. Knicks get it back. Ty was off balance. You can't fault him. 2 minutes to go in the game. They lob underneath. Oakley's got it. Here's Tucker. 18-footer, no good. Corbin rebound.
Oh, is that close?
You see the time and the score. Suns by 1.
Oh, that was
West.
a close
Yes,
pass.
he did. He almost threw that away. Here's EJ.
Short.
Tough shot. Going to be short. Rebound Ewing. Minute 25 to go. Suns by 1. Gerald Wilkins stripped away and a foul on Kevin Johnson. He went for the steal and got called for the foul. Wilkins would shoot a pair. You get another look.
Got Tyrone Corbin off balance, up in the air. KJ comes over to help. I don't know.
Caught him. I thought he caught him on the arm.
But the Suns, the last 2 times down the court, have not gotten good shots. They threw it away one time, and the next time Eddie Johnson didn't
Very
take a
tough
good
shot. No.
You have to execute at this point of the game. This is what separates the great teams from the good ones.
Gerald Wilkins. Wilkins to tie it. One more for the younger brother of Dominique Wilkins. And there are some Knicks fans here tonight. He missed the second one. And West has the rebound. We're tied at 128. Pressure time right here. Who's gonna gut this one out? Chambers, KJ, 5 on the shot clock. They better get it off. Corbin has it blocked by Oakley, and Oakley is called for the foul. That's 5 on Oakley. And Corbin will shoot a pair. You get another look. He got the ball, but he also got him partly with the body. That had to be the call because it looked like he got the ball pretty cleanly. Pitino didn't like it. Here's Corbin. He's got to make them both. This game is tied. 57 seconds to go. Corbin. Corbin's first points of the second half right there. Suns by 2. Hang on, friends. Oakley. Wilkins. Ewing, double team. Jackson. Wilkins. Got it. Gerald Wilkins, big hoop. Oakley and West dancing the mambo out of bounds. Final 38 seconds of the game. The Knicks have not relented with their pressure once tonight. Suns have really been pressed to get the ball across the timeline. Here comes Eddie Johnson. In and out! But it comes back to KJ. And now they can hold it for the last shot of the game. You can count it down. You watch and we'll let you view. Ewing, but they fouled the right guy. KJ to West, there's the foul. But they fouled West, who is only a 57%er at the line.
This is a good foul if they had to foul somebody, no question about it.
You're right.
I have faith.
5 seconds to play. Mark West, 8 points tonight.
That sure looked good from my angle. I'm right behind him, and it looked good.
5 ticks of the clock. Missed them both. Chambers, got it! We'll take a break and be right back. Don't go away. We are back, and that man, Tom Chambers, has just given the Suns a 2-point lead off a missed free throw by Mark West. It came into Chambers' hands, and he laid it back up and in with 3 seconds left to give the Suns a 132-130 lead. Knicks to inbound at half court. Everyone on their feet here. We'll let you watch. Oakley will throw it in. Here we go. What a great ending. The Suns win it 132-130. The Suns led it every break until the start of the fourth quarter, when the Knicks went on an 11-0 rampage to start the quarter. The Knicks built it up to as much as about a 7-point lead. But the Suns never said die, continued to fight back, and eventually win the ball game 132-130. 36 for Chambers to lead the way. Eddie Johnson with 24, KJ with 18, 16 for Tim Perry, who had a brilliant first half, and Armen Gilliam at 15. We'll take a break, come back, and wrap it up from the Coliseum. Tom Chambers following the last missed free throw of Mark West, and he put it back up and in with 3 seconds to go to give the Suns the win. West had gone to the line with 5 seconds to play. He had missed the first of 2 free throws, settled in to attempt the second free throw. And you watch it here as it will go up, and watch the long rebound come to Chambers, left-handed up and in. The Knicks had one last chance to win it. The inbounds pass went to Gerald Wilkins, but Wilkins couldn't get it to fall, and the Suns walk away with a victory. This was a big win.
George, this was the biggest win of the year. It proves that the Suns are a team that can beat the good teams in the league, and they got down by 7, and we said they'd never quit. They didn't, and I think Tom Chambers showed why he's making so much money.
And no question, he had a big night, 36 points. We told you the Suns led at every break, but the Knicks came out firing in the fourth quarter and really appeared to have the Suns reeling. But the Suns hung tough, got back, tied it up, and finally won it on the follow-up by Chambers. Kevin Johnson and Mark Jackson, we talked about that matchup at the outset of the show. They both played very hard on each other all night.
I think that was pretty much of a standoff.
Yep.
They both played well, 2 of the top point guards in the league.
Boy, Patrick Ewing, what a player.
Oh, I'd love to. Any team in the league would love to have him. There aren't very many good centers in the NBA, but he's one of the best.
And Eddie Johnson again proved his worth, coming off the bench and making some key hoops.
Key hoops, and Tim Perry, we got to mention him. The guy has a career high 16 points, and maybe that's going to be a lesson for him that he really can play in the NBA. I hope so.
Well, the Suns now have back-to-back meetings against the Nuggets. Tomorrow night they fly up to McNichols, then come back here on Monday to face the Nuggets. And then remember, the Lakers are here next Wednesday. They'll be in town. So there's a lot of work yet to be done for the Suns, but for now, they'll just like to sit back and enjoy this win. 132-130 over the Knicks tonight. Tom Chambers, 36 points, leads the way. Eddie Johnson at 24. Patrick Ewing's 33 led the Knicks. Mark Jackson at 24. The Suns win it 132-130. We hope you enjoyed it on ASPN. Now for Dick Van Arsdale and the entire ASPN crew, I'm George Allen. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good weekend, everyone.